Hello everyone, Dark Skeleton here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Beastmaster deck, which was created by Sparkaz. You can find his deck on Hearthpwn.com. I'll have a link to it in the description down below. And this Beastmaster deck is pretty interesting, because it uses some of the new cards from the League of Explorers set, specifically, and actually I think only, the Tomb Spider, but then it also goes for this kind of very beast-heavy theme. You can see almost everything in this deck is actually a beast, or then you have the Ram Wrangler, which summons a beast, assuming you have a beast. Now, this deck list that I have right here is one card different than the original, I believe, and that's that I have two Ram Wranglers instead of having a Dr. Boom. Obviously, if I had Dr. Boom, I'd put him in my deck. Dr. Boom's the kind of card that's just so powerful it almost goes in everything these days. But yeah, you have to make some substitutions sometimes. So, what's great about this deck is that it's kind of a mid-range hunter deck, but the way it feels, because you have the Tomb Spiders in there, is that it actually has enough staying power to go into the mid and almost the late game. It's definitely not a control deck in the sense that a, let's say, a control priest or a control warrior is, but it can definitely go toe-to-toe with them for quite a while, and usually come out on top with board control, which is really interesting, because you think of the hunter as this aggressive class, but it actually does quite well for itself on about turns 1 through 7. So let's go ahead and actually take this into ranked. I've been doing pretty okay with it. Let's see, what am I at right now? Rank 15? Yeah, not bad. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Now, with this deck, of course, you mulligan for the early game cards, like your Web Spinner, your Mad Scientist. No King Zalek in the deck, surprisingly. Although I could totally see that fitting in somehow. And your removal, which is going to be the bow. Pretty much the same as every other deck. It's all about that mid-game that's very different. And as you can see, I'm amazing with this deck. I just annihilated him, winning spree. Yeah, okay. I'm sure the next one will be just as easy. Anyway, as I was saying, it's the mid-game that actually really makes this deck a little bit different. Because there's Tomb Spiders. You do not want to underestimate the Discover mechanic. When I initially saw Discover, I thought it was going to be kind of iffy because, you know, a neutral minion often isn't going to be so great. But the Discover cards are actually tilted so that you are more likely to get a class card. Which means if you're 4 times as more likely to get a Hunter class beast, there's a really good chance you're going to get a Savannah High main in there. And I'm sure it could kind of work in Druid as well, but Beast Druid probably isn't going to be a thing for a while longer. So I could actually keep that Eaglehorn bow. The Animal Companion isn't actually a bad keep. Only real 1-drops in the deck are the Web Spinners. And, you know, I think it's not really worth just trying to get a Web Spinner. I'm fine waiting a turn. Because, once again, this is not an aggro deck. It's just a beast-heavy mid-range deck. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a really long time, you probably remember that I actually had a beast deck. I think it was around the next Rama's time. And it used... Shoot, what is that guy called? Tundra Rhino. The funny thing is, the guy who made Beastmaster, Sparkaz, he actually says, you know, as a option, you could include a Tundra Rhino. And I think that's kind of cool, and that's pretty annoying right there. So how am I going to deal with that? I could just Mad Scientist. I really kind of wanted to use the Eaglehorn bow. I think what this guy's actually playing is that new Overload deck. Because the Tunnel Chog, whenever he overloads, he gets +1 attack per mana crystal spent. So I'm predicting I'm going to get a Lightning Bolt right here. Okay, or a Power Mace. Could be a Mech Shaman. I mean, obviously it's a Mech Shaman. Didn't realize that was actually good enough to throw on the deck. And I think actually not hitting my minion there was a huge mistake. Because now I can hit his. There's one thing to be an aggressive deck and play aggressively. There's another to just go smork and completely ignore everything. Even a good face hunter wants to trade on turn 1 or 2 with their weapons. This guy just basically gives no shits. Interesting. So I could trade in. I might just have to race him, actually. I mean, his plan there isn't awful.
Put this apple on your head.
So let's see here. To the face. I wonder if I throw this in, will he get scared and think it's a freezing trap? It's an option. He's not going to be playing Lightning, so I'm pretty confident about that. Man, I wish those could have hit, so I could have actually just killed it. I think he will actually trade into the Knife Juggler. Just out of necessity. Or he's going to Lightning Bolt it. Yeah, okay. Okay, I could kill command. This turn is actually pretty important. If I say kill command that, throw the web spinner in, then I'm basically dependent on that actually giving me something good. I probably need to remove his stuff, because honestly he'll just burst me down. Is an aggro deck. Animal Companion is also an option. All three of the Animal Companions would actually be pretty good here, to be honest. So I think we'll go for that. To my side. Okay. And what are we looking at? Quickly. Snake Trap. Unfortunately, that's not going to be too helpful in this match. I could very well be dead. It's kind of a more mid-rangey deck, so it doesn't really have the time to just get started. And that's an issue. These aggressive shamans, when they get the dream start, it's actually insane. So I'm just dead in like 3 or 4 turns. I will play this for tempo? No, that's silly. So, he didn't really play anything last turn. Well, he did play that. But what I was going to say is, he's got damage in his hand. Fair enough. Alright, so let's go ahead and go to the next match. Like, what do you do against a shaman that just kind of blows you out of the water? Any deck would lose to a start like that. That's actually the second very aggressive shaman I've been seeing in the last couple days. So I guess aggro shaman's making a comeback with that tunnel chalk, which is actually pretty cool, if I'm entirely honest. Just simply because everybody was playing the Totem Shaman before, but now there's actually maybe a couple viable builds there. Ah, yeah, there you go. I like how they added new emotes to the game whenever you are actually playing a mirror matchup. So here we'll keep the web spinner, obvious reasons. Maybe it'll be able to trade into a leper gnome or something like that. I wonder if we would actually get a mirror matchup here. That would be interesting. Okay, so that's going to be a...
Put this apple on your head.
Okay, that's going to get knife juggled. I mean, not knife juggled. That thing. Hunter's Mark. I think I'd rather save the beast, actually. He'll almost certainly remove this. Probably with a coin, eagle, and bow. And then I give him another 2-drop? Eh, that's not so great. Okay, that works.
Thanks.
So I'd say there's a decent chance he's just waiting to set up an explosive trap. Since being a Smork Hunter is actually pretty popular.
To my side.
Okay. Interesting. So if I do this, I can guarantee a trade. I actually don't like that play as much. Let's see if I can get a knife on that. Wow. Oh my gosh, you are ridiculously kidding me. Oh man. My life from making trades. How many knives was that to the face? 4? Oh my gosh. Well, I don't think he's an explosive trap hunter, at least. So that's gonna hurt. I wonder if he trades into the beasts, or if I'm going to get to Ram Wrangler here.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
Oh, he is a Smork hunter. Alright. Too much respect for the beasts. Ow. Or he's just clearing everything. Okay, whatever. And this is where Ram Wrangler is not so great. It's probably not recommended you actually play with 2. Just saying. Because what if you had 2 Ram Wranglers in your hand and no beast to play with it? That would be a nightmare. I'm surprised you did that. Sure, I'll just play MP4-3. And situational cards. That's when they suck. So anyway, to talk about the deck a little bit more, you probably noticed that the traps are Snake Trap and Bear Trap, so there's actually no freezing traps in the deck at all. Wonder if he's gonna trade there. Probably not.
I smell blood.
Okay. Anything but a Ram Wrangler, please.
Hunt alone.
This match would have gone very, very differently if, say, the hunter A had an explosive trap, or B, if a single one of my knife jugglers hit where I wanted it to go. Does he actually have lethal? Or does he just not give a shit? Okay. Long time to hang on to an L. Let's see. 2, 4, 6. And at 7 mana, any spell would mean I win.
To my side.
Oh my gosh, does it actually have lethal? I think... No, not even Huffer would have been enough. Although that's really close.
Well fought. I concede.
Alright, so let's see. We'll do one more match. Maybe we can hit that illustrious rank 14 again. It's actually not that impressive. But whatever, I haven't been playing too seriously. So, other things you can note about the deck. It only costs 2,900 dust. You would have to have Lothab, and you would have to have... well, Lothab would imply Max Armors, of course. And you'd also have to have the new League of Explorers expansion set. There's the Tome Spider. Okay, I'm almost tempted to hang on to it just so I can demo it. But yeah, it lets you draw into one of 3 different beasts, which actually can be pretty good. I mean, King Crush, a Savannah Highmane, even a weaker beast like a Emperor Cobra isn't too bad. So here we actually mulligan the hand, and the reason for that is that we really need the early game. Every hunter needs the early game. You got to get that immediate board pressure, regardless of if you're mid-range or if you're aggro. And that's not much better, but I think a mad scientist does beat out a bear trap. Okay, so a token druid priest. I mean, just a token druid. That's a thing. The Unleash the Hounds would be helpful. People really like to play these aggressive decks. Wow, seriously? Leopard Omen did nothing? I don't even know what to say about that. I'm going to hang on to the coin so we can get a turn 5 Savannah Highmane. I think that's pretty important. Okay, someone please explain to me what this guy's strategy actually is. You play Lepinum and then you do nothing? Okay.
To my side.
Definitely hitting face now. I think if I got Huffer, I would have made a trade, but, you know, whatever. So the sad thing is, this guy can't even do a swipe. Oh, we have a Tomb Spider. Great. We can demo that. Probably one of the more underestimated cards in this set, to be honest. I really hoped that Tomb Spider would make a Beast Druid work. I'm really surprised he did that. Okay, let's see what we get here. I probably will just trade now. Yeah, King of Beasts seems pretty good, actually. Stampeding Kodo or King of Beasts? I feel like I'm gonna need that, actually. Because, you know, Druids getting comboed down, all that. Yeah. So, you saw, like, there was some pretty decent options. King of Beasts is not a terrible card. Neither is Stampeding Kodo. But you get the Savannah Highmane, 3 Savannah Highmanes in the deck? That could be the dream. I mean, theoretically, you could get 4 if you do the Tomb of Spider twice. There are two Tombs of Spider. Wow. That is pretty aggressive. Okay, those are good cards to get rid of. So somehow he's kind of aggressive. Let me see, which trap was that again? Snake? Not the one I want. For obvious reasons.
Put this apple on your head.
Kind of tricky. So, if I start trading, I probably lose. I probably already lost, to be honest. Let's see here. Tome Spider does... Okay, it's definitely not going to be that. Unleash the Hound seems pretty iffy, too. Could put up a taunt and then trade. I think that's my only option, but I pretty much know it's just going to get silenced. Well, no. One Keeper of the Grove got burned, I think. Yeah, I have to do this to survive the turn. That is a lot of silence. So I know he can't swipe, so that's good. He probably has to hit it with the Bell Reaver, to be honest. I'm hoping all he does is play minions. And I might be able to survive. So I think actually taking that, if any card would have saved me, that was actually really helpful. And that shows you the power of the Discover mechanic. Because you can choose cards situationally and add them to your hand as you need them. Well, it almost worked. Assuming he didn't have cards to remove my guy, that would have actually worked and helped out pretty well. So yeah, not the best of matches there, but you get the idea. It's a Beast Druid deck, it's a little bit slower, not great against other aggro decks, which there are apparently a lot of on the current meta.
Well played.
Whatever, I'll give him the well played. He deserves it. He's playing a Fel Reaver Druid. I don't know who invented that. Is it a token Druid or is it just an aggro Druid? I'm not sure. Yeah, in any case. So yeah, it's a mid-range deck. It's a little bit different than the ones before. Plays Ram Wrangler, and that's pretty neat. Also, Snake Trap, Bear Trap. You could probably play around with the traps and figure out which ones you want, honestly. I mean, with the amount of aggro, or rather aggressive decks that like to hit the face, I might actually consider a Freezing Trap or an Explosive Trap rather than the Snake Trap. Simply because people don't really want to trade into you, a lot of these decks. So you can play around with it. Once again, the deck's called Beastmaster. You can find it on Hearthpwn.com, links in the description. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at this with me. I've been Dark Skeleton, and I'll see you in my next video.